Alright guys, so the third fight taking place at UFC 227, Poirier vs. McGregor 2, is Andrew Sanchez versus Mahmoud Muradov. This fight is a middleweight fight. Andrew Sanchez, the 27th best middleweight fighter in the world. Mahmoud Muradov, the 25th best middleweight fighter in the world. Mahmoud Muradov has achieved an amazing record of 24 wins and 6 losses. So far, inside the UFC, he is 2-0, with wins over Alessio Di Chirico by unanimous decision and Trevor Smith by TKO in the second round. Andrew Sanchez is 12-5 as a pro MMA fighter, coming off a knockout win over Wellington Tournament in his last fight. Wellington Tournament at the time was 16-3. Andrew Sanchez is the underdog in this fight at plus 103. Makhmud Muradov is the minus 135, a slight favorite on the fight. And then Makhmud Muradov has a slight age advantage in this fight as he is 30, almost 31 years old. Andrew Sanchez is 32, almost 33 years old, so a little age advantage there for Makhmud Muradov in this fight. Makhmud Muradov is 6 foot 2 inches tall. Andrew Sanchez is a little bit smaller at 6 foot 1 inch tall, but he does have a longer reach at 76 inches compared to the reach of Makhmud Muradov at only 75.5 inches. And guys, as I said at the beginning of the video, Andrew Sanchez is a very slight underdog in this fight at plus 105. Makhmud Muradov is a minus 135, a very slight favorite to win the fight. And guys, if you look at those tabloid predictions for this fight, it's absolutely insane. Out of 760 different votes, 86% of those votes are going for Makhmud Muradov, the very slight minus 135 favorite to win the fight. And most of those votes are saying that Makhmud Muradov is going to win the fight by knockout, and then a lot of those votes are saying he's going to win the fight by unanimous decision. Literally no one thinks he's going to win the fight by submission. I think it's very unlikely for either guys to win the fight by submission. It's either going to be a knockout for one of these two guys or be a unanimous decision. And then 14% of the vote going for Andrew Sanchez to win the fight, also mainly by unanimous decision. And then a couple of people have Andrew Sanchez win the fight by knockout. And then again, literally no one has to win the fight by submission, which makes perfect sense. But guys, if you look at Andrew Sanchez's record, 12 wins with only 5 losses. He's been fighting as a pro MMA fighter since 2012, where he started with 3 straight wins in a row over Eddie Smith, Daryl Cobb, and Thomas Jones, but lost a very close fight to Dustin Jacoby by split decision in 2013. Came out with a first round knockout inside of the RFA, a second round knockout win over Miles Marshall, lost his next fight to Kevin Casey by first round knockout, came back with an amazing win with a second round knockout over Clinton Williams, a third round spinning back fist knockout over John Poppy, got a shot on the Ultimate Fighter 23, where he got a unanimous win over Phil Halls, who we just saw get an amazing knockout win inside of the UFC a couple of weeks ago, and then he had a unanimous win over Myron Dennis, a first round knockout win over Eric Spicely, got him in the Ultimate Fighter 23 finale, and ended up fighting Khalil Roundtree and won the fight by unanimous decision. At the time, Khalil Roundtree was undefeated at 4-0. That was his first ever pro MMA loss, but then in his next fight, his first fight really inside the UFC, at the end of 2016, got a unanimous win over Trevor Smith, but lost next fight to Anthony Smith by third round head kick KO. Lost the fight after that as well by third round knockout to Ryan James in 58 seconds into that third round. But in 2018, came back with 2 decision wins over Marcus Perez and Marc-Andre Barrialt, but lost next fight to Marvin Vettori, a top 5 middleweight fighter in the world by unanimous decision, and they came out with an amazing first round knockout win over Wellington Tournament, and looks to make it 2-0 here against Makhmud Muradov in this fight. Alright guys, so as you guys know, Makhmud Muradov has 30 pro MMA fights, has a record of 24 wins with only 6 losses. He's been fighting as a pro MMA fighter since 2012, where he had a really rough up and down start at the beginning of his career with 2 wins, lost 1, got 1 win, lost 1, got 1 win, lost 1, got 1 win, lost 1, got 2 wins, one of those coming by first round knockout, lost 1 by unanimous decision, came back with a third round knockout win, a first round knockout win, and then a unanimous win over Rafael Silva, a first round forearm submission win over Damian Chancel, lost 1 fight by second round doctor stoppage, came out with a third round knockout win with 3 minutes left in the round, and they got a unanimous win over Zoran Todd, a first round knockout win, a second round TKO win over Elvado de Oliveira, a first round knockout win over David Ramirez, a first round TKO win with 3 seconds left in that first round, then got a third round flying knee KO win with 10 seconds left in the entire fight. That was absolutely insane. They got a decision win over Diego Gonzalez, a first round knockout win over Tato Primera, a first round knockout win over Alberto Uda, a second round knockout win over Wendell Oliveira at the end of 2019, and finally 2 months after that win over Wendell Oliveira, got a shot inside the UFC and ended up fighting Alessio Di Chirico, who we just saw get a head kick KO win over Joaquin Buckley in his last fight, but he ended up beating Alessio Di Chirico by unanimous decision. Then got a third round round knockout win over Trevor Smith with literally 50 seconds left in the entire fight, and was supposed to fight Antonio Carlos Jr., and then was supposed to fight Carl Robertson, and then was supposed to fight Krzysztof Jotko, and then was supposed to fight Kevin Holland, but every single one of those fights ended up getting canceled, and finally, here in 2021, on January 23rd at UFC 227, he's fighting Andrew Sanchez, and looks like his third win in a row in this fight. Alright guys, so I 100% expect this fight to end by first or second round knockout. If you look at how Makhmud Muradov actually won those 24 pro MMA fights, literally 16 of those wins are coming by KO or TKO, 3 of those wins coming by submission, and then 5 of those wins coming by decision. But come on, 16 of those wins coming by KO or TKO, that is absolutely insane. I mean, who has that many of their wins coming by knockout? That is just absolutely insane. And if you look at Andrew Sanchez, 6 of his wins coming by decision, 2 of those wins coming by submission, and then a grand total of 7 of those wins coming by KO or TKO. These two guys that know how to knock out their opponent, so I 100% expect one of these two guys walking out there with a first or second round knockout, and I definitely think the man that's going to walk out with a first or second round knockout is going to be Makhmud Muradov. He has so much power, and so much more power than Andrew Sanchez. I mean, to have 16 knockouts in his career, coming off an amazing knockout win in his last fight over Trevor Smith, fighting guys like Alessio Di Chirico, having an amazing career outside of the UFC, literally having 22 fights that he won outside of the UFC, and I mean, this dude, he's an absolute beast. I have 100% saying Makhmud Muradov is going to win the fight by first or second round knockout. Alright guys, so if you agree or if you disagree with that prediction, I don't really care. Put your predictions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think is going to happen in this Monday fight. If you guys think that Andrew Sanchez is going to go out there and dominate the fight on the ground and get a third round Kimura submission win over Makhmud Muradov with 2 seconds left in the fight, or if you guys think that Makhmud Muradov is going to go out there and get a wheel kick knockout win over Andrew Sanchez in this fight, whatever your prediction is for this fight, put that in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think is going to happen in this fight. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Did you do it? I don't know if you did. Did you subscribe? Did you like the video? And did you turn on those post notifications? Come on. Come on. Come on. I make these videos almost every single day. You gotta hit the subscribe button. Come on. If you don't hit the subscribe button, you're gonna have bad luck. Just do it. Alright, bye.